Social media is banned for child. Age limitation is required for using social media. Today we are watching a video who's explaining the social media ban in Australia for child. Okay, let's start the video.
Australia is to ban children from using social media. The legislation will impose and enforce a minimum age to use platforms like Facebook and Instagram by the end of the year. Although the exact age hasn't yet been revealed, the government is consulting on settling it between the ages of 14 and 16. Here's Prime Minister Anthony Albanese explaining his reasoning.
I want to see kids off their devices and onto the footy fields and the swimming pools and the tennis courts. We want them to have real experiences with real people because we know that social media is causing social harm. This is a scourge. We know that there is mental health consequences for what many of the young people have had to deal with. The bullying that can occur online, the access to material which causes social harm.
Well, our correspondent in Sydney, Phil Mercer, told me more.
As we heard there from the Australian Prime Minister Anthony Albanese, he doesn't want an Australian child's best friend to be a device. He wants them out on the football field or playing netball on a court. So what his government is proposing, that before the next election, which is due before May of next year, he wants to bring in new legislation that would set a minimum age for children to access social media. He hasn't said how young an Australian would have to be or how old they would have to be in order to set up an account. It's likely to be somewhere between 14 and 16 years of age. The Prime Minister is favouring the upper level in that age range. But many unanswered questions remain. How would this be enforced? We know that facial recognition and age verification software will be trialled in this country ahead of any specifics relating to this legislation. So essentially, Anthony Albanese, the Prime Minister, wants to clamp down on young people's use of social media because he says that parents are worried sick about what their experiences might be.
And at the moment, there is already supposed to be an age limit imposed by people like Facebook and Instagram who want users to be, I think, at least 13 years old. But the question is going to be partly around enforcement and personal liberty and freedom, I guess.
Well, this debate is ongoing not in Australia, but as you say, right around the world. How much time on a device is good and what should young people be consuming? Now, people who are concerned about Australia's rush to impose a minimum age say that essentially it would deprive Australian children of the benefits of social media. For many young people, they happily use social media as a way to connect with their friends, to be educated and informed. And what some critics of the Prime Minister want is not this sledgehammer approach to imposing a minimum age, but more work to be done to make the internet more appropriate and accessible for children. So it is a massive debate in this country, and the government is promising to bring in new laws by the end of the year. So it is very much in a hurry in this regard.
Phil Mercer there for us.
So guys, here is the video. We are watching a video for social media news. I think it's a very good decision for those child who is always using social media, not doing any healthy activities like swimming, like cricket, like football, and other so activities for healthy mind, healthy body. I think this is a good decision. What's your opinion about this decision? Tell me in comment section. Okay, Allah Hafiz.